Here on the ETBU Sportsnet. Hello, I'm Mike Midkiff along with Jason Souls as we're live from CC's Pizza in Marshall, Texas. We'll be here each Wednesday beginning at high noon. I mentioned that Coach Lindsay Mash was next, but I made a mistake on my format. She'll be talking Lady Tiger volleyball in just a moment, but now we want to talk ETBU Tiger soccer and want to bring in one of the players from this year's soccer team, and his name is Jordan Burke. Jordan, first of all, kind of tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from. Well, let me turn your microphone on. Here we go. Now go. It's on now. Well, hold on a second. Let me try. Little technical difficulties here. I'm just going to switch out the microphone. We thought this might happen in the show, but we'll come in and change that out. Now, I think that was going to work. I'll start this all over. Our guest now is Jordan Burke from the ETBU Tiger softball team. And Jordan, first of all, kind of tell us where you're from.
I'm from Leak City, Texas. It's south of Houston in the Clear Lake area.
Why did you choose to come to ETBU and play soccer?
I really like the campus. I really like the coach and his coaching style. And when I hung out with a group of guys on visits, I really felt like a part of the team before I even came.
Well, Jordan, this Saturday in your match against Hendrix College, you won in double overtime, 1-0. Kind of tell us about that match.
The first half, well, I played the first half and part of the second half. I came out because I pulled my hamstring, but it was definitely intense. I played center defensive back, and we couldn't let anything slip because one mistake could have just changed the game, clearly, because in the second overtime. And we just kept playing our game. We made them play our game, and finally just put one in.
Why did you choose soccer as a sport to play? How did you get into soccer?
Well, I started playing soccer when I was either 3 or 4 years old. I started off indoor, but then since then I've played football, basketball, and baseball. But soccer it was the one that I don't know how to say it. It always kept me going. It was never boring to me. So.
One thing that amazes me about soccer players is all the running you do.
Yeah.
And people say, oh, that's not really a sport, doesn't take an athlete, but it does with all the running you do. But how many miles do you think you run during a game if you played the whole game?
I'd say about 4 or 5, easily. If you play the whole game, 4 or 5.
Well, you've wrapped up your pre-conference schedule. As you head into American Southwest Conference play, what do you expect from your teammates this year in conference?
Well, being a freshman, I haven't seen conference yet, but I'm thinking all the upperclassmen and the sophomores will help the freshmen pick it up. Everyone will pick it up in practice, and it'll show in the games for sure.
Visiting with Jordan Burke here on ETBU Extra. He's a member of the Tiger soccer team. Now we're going to move over and talk to Whitney Justice. Whitney is also a member of the Tiger soccer, but the Lady Tiger soccer. I got to know Whitney meeting here a couple of years ago. You can put it down. Thank you, Jordan. And I call her Miss Chapel Hill because she is a homegrown soccer player from Chapel Hill, Texas, outside of Tyler. And Whitney, how are the Lady Tigers doing on the soccer field?
We are actually doing really good right now. We've lost 2 games, but both games were small things that we can fix and easily move on from.
Of course, this Saturday you had a match there at the Cornish soccer field, and you defeated McMurray 4-2.
Yes.
A lot of goals, 4 goals in the game. That's a lot of goals.
That is a lot of goals.
Talk about the match that you had against McMurray and what kind of turned the tide for the Lady Tigers in that victory.
Just really banding together as a team, unifying not only off the field but on the field makes a huge difference. Implementing what we do at practice and putting it into the game and how we play together just really gets it. And so those 4 goals were not scored by just one person. It was definitely a team effort on all of them.
I have a teammate by the name of Natalie Torres. They had the hat trick
Yes.
against McMurray. Explain for us folks who are not into soccer, what is a hat trick? I know in bowling, turkey is 3 strikes in a row.
Correct.
So is it kind of similar?
Yes. A hat trick is when you score 3 goals in a row. So she did that, and that's not her first one. She did that for us a year or 2 ago as well.
How rare is that? Is that pretty rare?
It's very rare, actually, especially in college soccer. I mean, to get 1 goal off, to get 2 goals off, not 3, that is something. Because usually the other team tries to shut that person down that scored 1 or 2 goals, especially 2. But to get 3 in is definitely something.
Of course, with that effort, she was named honored by the American Southwest Conference as one of the players of the week for her efforts in that win against McMurray. And when we were talking to Jordan Burke, he kind of explained to us what position he plays on the field. What position do you play for Paul Grant on the Lady Tiger soccer field?
I also play defense. I play the left back on the defense. And so what I do is I help our defense. We play a 4-back, and then I also go up and help our offense. So I kind of play both.
Now, being a girl from East Texas and Chapel Hill, why did you travel all the way over to Marshall to play soccer?
Honestly, it wasn't my first choice, but the Lord's direction just led me here to East Texas Baptist, and I couldn't have been more thankful for the opportunity to play on this team. It's a family, and just on and off the field, like it's an amazing experience, and I'm thankful I was brought here.
Now, I know you're involved in Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and kind of tell us about the experience you had this summer.
I worked for FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, as a intern all summer in Tyler with Robert Barden. And what I did was just I learned behind the scenes. I've always been involved with FCA from high school on at Chapel Hill. We had a really big one. And so I worked 3 different camps this summer and just kind of really got a chance to get to know what FCA is behind the scenes, what it takes to lead an FCA, and just things like that. And I've been able to implement them into our FCA here at ETBU. So.
Well, on ETB Extra, we've been visiting with Jordan Burke from the Tiger soccer team and Whitney Justice from the Lady Tiger soccer team. Both thank you for your time this afternoon at CC's in Marshall. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to your head coach, Paul Grant. So that should be interesting. You stay tuned for that. You're listening to ETBU Extra live from CC's Pizza in Marshall, Texas. Back with the head coach of the Tigers, Paul Grant, in just a moment.
Come check out Moberly Marshall